Hi everyone, it's Rita back with another video. Today I decided to do something different and just go the black and white video. Just trying out something a little bit different. My channel is about domestic violence, how to recover, how to heal, how to deal with it before, during, and after. My channel is really all things that encompass domestic violence. Part of the healing process and part of the learning process is learning about ourselves. So today I'm going to talk about boundaries. But before I do, if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Feel free to comment on the video, but also if it doesn't necessarily apply to you, share the video with someone else who it might apply to, because knowledge is power, and I'm here to help as many people as possible. By sharing the video, you are also helping someone that it might apply to as well. Now, boundaries don't necessarily just consist of a domestic abuse situation. Boundaries apply to dating when you're in a relationship. Boundaries apply to marriage. Boundaries apply to work. Boundaries apply to friendships and family as well. Setting a boundary is basically drawing a line. It's letting everyone know, and setting boundaries is so healthy. It's important. You're not being mean by telling someone that they're making you feel uncomfortable. Please always remember that. Setting a boundary is good for you in here. And it's going to also let people know, again, where they can draw the line. And this is as far as you can go with whatever treatment that you're giving me. Boundaries can be words like, no, I don't want that. I don't like it when you say that. I'm uncomfortable when you talk about that around me, or when you do that around me. By letting people know what your boundaries are, it also kind of stops them from going too far or disrespecting you. You can also set a boundary as far as, well, yes, I'll go and do this with you, but I have to leave at this time. I'll go do this with you, but while we're there, I'm not doing that. Just letting people know those little things really can make a big difference. Part of setting a boundary involves truth. You have to be true to yourself and true to the person that you're talking to. You really just have to say, this isn't okay with me. For example, at work, it's a great example. There's always somebody who might say something that's inappropriate around you. If you don't speak up and say something to that person, well, they're going to continue talking about whatever it is, whether it be sexual, racial, religious, all those things that we're not supposed to be talking about. There's always one person at the job who generally does anyways. So by setting the boundaries, you're letting them know that's not okay. I could report you to HR if you don't stop. You know what I mean? Setting an emotional distance. Like, let's say you decided that you need some space in a relationship. Setting an emotional distance is kind of a boundary as well. You know what? We need some time apart. That way you can get whatever issue you have going on, you can work on that, and I'm going to work on me. There's nothing wrong with ever doing that in a relationship, especially if you feel like your relationship is going in a toxic direction. Physical distance is setting a boundary as well. Like if you start getting into a heated argument with someone, taking a deep breath and walking away, because sometimes it's you, not the other person, is always a good way to set a boundary. You're like, you know what? I'm getting upset, and I'm going to set a boundary with myself by walking away. And sometimes when we have that time to walk away and rethink things, we might realize that we're not necessarily the one who's right, or they're not necessarily the one who's wrong. Giving yourself time is also a form of setting a boundary as well. Giving yourself time to heal, giving yourself time to, again, think about things or distance yourself. Time is always a great way to set a boundary as well. I'll get back to you. That's a good way to set a boundary as well. You know what? I'm going to think about this, whatever question you have, and I'll get back to you. That is a way to give yourself time, and that is a boundary as well. Another example I like to use with setting a boundary, in case you're not really sure if you are setting one or not, is when you have your first child. Now, we all know how special the first baby is. We're like, you know what? If you want to hold my baby, this was long before COVID-19, you have to use hand sanitizer or you have to wash your hands. That's you setting a boundary with your child. You can hold my baby, but don't kiss my baby all over the face. That's a boundary. When you go back to work, you have to pick a babysitter. You're like, you know what? I want somebody to watch my kid, but it can't be somebody who smokes. That's also a form of setting a boundary. Remember, setting boundaries is one of those ways that's going to help you spiritually. It's going to also help you mentally and emotionally, because it's going to help build you up. It's going to help you feel free to say those things that are the most important to you. This is going to help you with self-esteem as well, because if you're afraid to speak your mind, people are more likely going to walk all over you. So that is all that I have for today. And I do have another video that's going to be coming out. Again, please share this video, like this video, and tell me in the comments down below what kind of boundaries you use in your daily life. Let me know what boundaries are important to you. Thank you so much.